I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737 777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 119. And today we're talking about something that I don't think I've ever really fully discussed on this podcast. And we're going to talk about branding yourself. And here's why. Because it's important if you're going to, live a life of freedom. Don't get me wrong. Just being an investor and all those things are great, but in today's world, you got to have a social media presence. You have to have a brand so that you can be attractive in the marketplace and bring value to the marketplace, be an influencer, right? All those things are important because, well, I'll put it this way. Grant Cardone, he said something that I never forgot some years ago. I think it was at a conference he was at that I went to in Nashville, Tennessee. And he says there's two reasons why most people are not successful. He says number one is that not enough people know you. And then number two is that they forgot that they know you. And so I just thought that was powerful. And he used the example of Frank Sinatra. He says, look, Frank Sinatra was the best in his day until the Beatles came around. And what happened with Frank Sinatra is he never adjusted his sound. He never adjusted to what was happening, right? And so that's what I want to say to you is have you adjusted to today's world? You know what's interesting about the world is back in the day, you had to be an actor or you had to be on TV or you had to get some kind of really good deal to almost be somewhat of a celebrity. But in today's world, you can really be your own celebrity. I mean, true story. It's funny sometimes. I make jokes with my wife all the time. I call her Facebook famous because, we'll be at a grocery store, we'll be at a restaurant, and people say, "Oh my gosh, I follow you," right? And I've had it happen as well, not as much as she does, but it's interesting to me, and it's just simply because branding matters, right? Branding is important. So that's my question to you is are you branding yourself? And you might be saying, how does this relate to code freedom? Listen, I believe it has everything to do with code freedom. And here's why. I mean, unless you may have a bunch of money where you can just go buy investments and build that passive income. But if you're like most of us and you have to start from scratch, start from the bottom, now we here, and build something from the ground up, then you got to get your name out there. You gotta people need to know, okay, what do I know? What should you be known for? Right? That's the question is what should you be known for? Like when people think of you, here's a good question. When people think of you, what do they immediately think of? Right? Uh, Here's a second question. When people think of you, what do you want people to think of? That's an important question as well. And so what message are you putting out there? And are you attracting people to you? Are you drawing people to you? Right? That's some key stuff right there because as we're building businesses and as we're building brands and as we're building our financial portfolios, I mean, yes, uh, you know, we all know that freedom is way bigger than just the financial side, just the business side. We got to get everything else in order: that health, wealth, spiritual, relationships, all of that. And I'm excited. We're gonna have some other special guests on the show coming up soon, so stay tuned, right? But again, just speaking from the financial side or the entrepreneurial side of things, branding actually matters. It really does. And it's so funny to me that you could literally take a 5-year old or a 4-year old or something like that, and you can hold up symbols and say, "What's this?" And they'll say, "Oh, that's Target. That's McDonald's, that's Pizza Hut." And it doesn't have any word, it just has the logo. And that is branding at its finest. That is masterful, how a 5-year-old can identify what something is based on their logo. So if a 5-year-old can identify that, then what happens with all these adults running around, right? And so do we have something where people can and it doesn't even have to be a logo per se. It could just be like, what are you known for? What do people know you by? Right? What do people think about when they think of you? And so like for me, I represent a brand, and I think about that. So when I post content on different social media platforms, I'm always thinking, hey, does this align with my brand? And if it doesn't, then I'm not posting it, right? Because I'm being very, very, very mindful of those things. So I just thought I just thought we'd talk a little bit about this, and how do you get started with this? Well, that's the thing. The first thing you got to do is ask yourself these questions like, what do I want to be known for? What do I want to excel at? What do I do with excellence? What do I do without even thinking about it? What am I good at, right? Or here's a couple good things. It kind of goes back to how we started the episode about your purpose and your passion. And what pains you? Like what is it that I make a joke sometimes about my wife because the first thing she's thinking about when she meets somebody for the first time probably is their outfit. Is their outfit on point? But that's just because that's her passion. That's fashion. Now, the thing I'm thinking about is this person living to the highest potential, because I'm all about coaching and mentoring and guiding people to be the best them and the best version of them, right? So everybody has their thing. You may look at their hair and be like, man, their hair is a mess. We got to get this straight. Or you might say, hey, their nails or whatever. I mean, whatever it is, you need to identify what is going to be your brand. And even if you don't even have a business yet, you can still start branding yourself so that here's the cool thing about branding yourself. No matter what business you decide to start, if you've branded yourself properly, then people will buy no matter what you're selling. Simply because they've fallen in love with who you are. They've fallen in love with your brand. They trust your brand. And they know that, look, you're not going to get involved with, you're not going to offer anything to the marketplace that is not good stuff, right? So if they support it, then I'm down with it, right? And that's the brand you want to start to create. But I'm only saying you can start right now. On your social media platform, just posting a little bit every single day, or even if it's 3 times a week, just make a decision that I am going to be a brand. You know, Jay Z said something that I thought was interesting. He says, I'm not a businessman, I'm a business man. And I love that quote. I'm not like a diehard Jay-Z fan, but that quote right there, that line, that's a strong line right there. And I get it, and I hope you get it, right? That's branding at its finest, right? So anyway, I hope you guys got some value with this episode 119. Super duper excited about where we are. We're moving toward the end of the year, literally about to be 2 more months, and we're gonna start gearing up and talking about those things in the upcoming episode. So stay tuned. Don't miss anything. Make sure you share with your friends. Make sure you tag us. Hey, tag us on social media. Tag us on Instagram. Do it right now. I don't even think about it. Just like take a screenshot of the episode. Tag me. And hey, who knows? You might get a nice, cool prize. You may get something in the mail. I may reach out to you. You may get a cash prize. But go ahead and do that. Also join our Facebook group, the Code Freedom group. You can join that. You could also get all the information in the show notes on the episode. So listen, I appreciate you guys. Can't wait to see you on the next episode. Take care, take charge, and let's go live the best life possible. God bless. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.